fight that may never happen. Yesterday at his news conference to promote his upcoming fight in May against Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather took more shots at a guy he refuses to take shots at from the ring, Manny Pacquiao, saying, quote, just by speaking to Pacquiao on the phone, I mean, he's not one of the sharpest knives in the drawer. He faces Floyd Mayweather. He's not getting 50-50, not at all. No one is getting 50-50. Now, guys, an agreed-upon split between Floyd and Pac-Man would almost certainly make this fight. But Floyd is saying, no way, no how. Is that his ego or is that fear?
Pure fear. Obviously, Floyd is still running from this fight and still afraid of Pacquiao. Remember, first up, it was the drug testing. He won't take a drug test because he's on steroids. And finally, Pacquiao said, okay, I'll get needle tested. I think he said the day before the fight.
Right. Yep.
Hey, that'll work. That works. Okay, let's do it. Let's fight.
He is back down on that one.
And now Floyd is saying after a one-on-one phone conversation with Pacquiao, he's offered him an insulting deal that clearly Pacquiao would never consider taking, and now Floyd continues to insult Pacquiao from a distance, saying he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Well, guess what? On that phone conversation, Pot was talking to Kettle in that one, right? Because that's exactly what was happening. And trust me, Pot is running scared still. This is just another built-in excuse as to why Floyd doesn't want to fight Pacquiao.
Skip, I just, when you say he's afraid, I don't believe it. I just think it's an ego thing, and he's always trying to one-up, you know, hey, you got to take the drug test because you're on steroids. Okay, that's settled. Now it's a situation where I'm the undefeated fighter, right? I've never lost. I should get more money. I have more to lose. My perfect
but his proposal is more like 75,
no,
25,
I understand that.
if that. Well, the dollars that it would generate.
Well, that would never come to that. But everybody's saying just make it 50-50, and his ego won't allow that to happen. I'm the headliner. I'm the undefeated boxer. I'm the one who's going to go down in history as this all-time great champion, right? So
is he
I
sure
should
he's
get
gonna
more
win?
money.
Is he sure he's going to win?
No, I'm not so sure he's going to win, but if he's going to go and put that on the line, he feels he should make more money. And I understand the thinking, but it's an ego trip, not he's afraid of him.
Okay,
you don't fight that many guys, Skip, and go through what he's been through to tell me that he's afraid of Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, would you agree that even now, both of them, what I would call aging fighters, do you believe this would be the most anticipated fight, especially for middleweight type guys, since Hearns and Hagler?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Maybe beyond that?
5 years since we've had this kind of.
You remember how big that was? The
Okay.
Hagler.
Life stopped. On that night, everybody was paying attention to that fight. So this would be the same deal, Skip.
Even if you were to offer 55-45, would Pacquiao take that? He might. 55. I'm talking about it for the pay-per-view also.
Why don't we do this? I know it would make boxing
I think
history.
he would take
Maybe
that.
guys, why don't we do this? Winner takes 55, loser takes 45. Let's go fight for it.
Okay, Pacquiao already offered. Pacquiao offered winner takes all. That was his on the phone. He said, "Why don't we just put it all on the table and say let's fight for it?"
Because no fighter ever is going to get involved in that scam.
Why not?
To get a zero? What if there's a technical or something? I mean, there's no way you're going to fight and put in all that.
And it could come down to a controversial
Exactly.
decision.
No way.
Okay, but one guy is so confident. He's saying, "I'll put it all on the table and fight for it." That's Pacquiao.
A 55-45 split. Each guy's guaranteed $50 million.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying this fight would generate over.
I will give you,
million.
especially in this country, and maybe we're sort of looking at just from the American angle, and this would be a worldwide attraction.
Be a big event, yeah.
But I will give you Floyd's a little more popular and famous, obviously,
Okay,
here.
right.
But Pacquiao, very popular here. When he goes to
fight,
Cherry
where's
World,
the
he's
fight,
drawing big
It's here,
crowds.
though. It's here, so that's why Floyd believes he should get more, and I think it is fair.
And that's fine. And your point that he hasn't lost, he should get some advantage because of that. But the interesting thing is, these comments are coming from an upcoming fight that Mayweather is having with someone else. I mean, so he's there to promote the Cotto fight, which will be a big. I think there's a lot of interest in that fight. But interestingly, the headline coming out of that is still Pacquiao and Mayweather related.
Because that's
this
where
is
everybody
everyone wants.
Everybody wants that fight, no matter
Who
what either
ultimately
guy
looks
does.
worse if it never happens?
I think Mayweather.
Thank you.
Because Pacquiao has made those concessions, starting back with the drug test.
Right.
He's given in. He's made moves. You can't be mad at him. Now, if he never moved on the blood test and all that other stuff, then you would say, oh, well, he never wanted to.
He's made concessions.
He's made concessions. Now Floyd has to make concessions.
So someday when they're in their early 50s, they'll finally agree to fight, and it'll be like 2 rounds. They'll
Nobody will
fight
care.
2 rounds.
Last question: at what point does this fight lose its interest? A
Well,
year from now? 3 years from now?
Now, Floyd already said yesterday, I'm in an advanced age period where I have to try to train harder to get ready for Cotto.
Right.
He's old for a fighter.
Is there an invisible deadline for you where you're no longer interested?
Past this summer, you know, like if we go into next year, boy, I'd still be interested, but I don't think it'll be the fight that it would have been.
All right. So the clock is ticking, guys. Make this happen.